If you clicked on this video because you want to know about Omnisend, you're in the right place. This is going to be a complete Omnisend tutorial where I'll teach you how to set up your email marketing using this really powerful platform. I cannot stress how important email marketing is, especially if you want your business to make more money. Now, Omnisend can be used for any type of business, especially for those of you watching that have an e-commerce business. I truly think that Omnisend is one of the best email marketing platforms out there. So I'll show you exactly how you can use it within your business to drastically increase your sales. Basically, in this video, I'll show you how to set up your account, how to create a high converting form. This is something that a lot of people do incorrectly, so I'll show you how to actually do it, how to create and send your first really great email campaign, how to set up different automations. This is such a powerful tool when it comes to email marketing. For example, abandoned cart or tons of other select triggers, segmentation, so finding the right audience to send to, reports, advanced features like SMS, as well as common mistakes to avoid. So this is going to be a super helpful video for you. And yeah, if you're a business owner and you're watching this, hopefully you'll leave thinking, oh my God, I need to do more email marketing. And yeah, maybe Omnisend could be a great tool for you. So let's get started. So I'll have a link down below in the description. Using that link is going to get you access to this free plan. And so that's why I just recommend all you guys start with. Unless you already have a really big business, then you'll probably need a paid plan. But for those of you starting out, just go with the free plan. So yeah, that link below is going to take you to this exact landing page. And what we'll do is we'll click on start free. The sign up process for Omnisend is extremely easy. It's going to allow you to sign up using Shopify with Google or just an email. So if you have a Shopify store, then I just recommend going with that. But for this demo, I'm just going to show you how to do it with an email address. Like I said, email marketing applies for both e-commerce businesses and non-e-commerce businesses. It's extremely important for both, but we'll select e-commerce for this quick demo. Everything will be very similar, so no matter what type of business you have, you'll be able to learn a lot from this video. You're going to get a verification email, so we'll click verify, and I'll finish up the sign-up process. Here it's going to ask you which platform are you using for your store. You can select accordingly, but the store that I'm going to connect is a WooCommerce store. If you haven't yet built your store or website yet, I'll have a bunch of links to really in-depth tutorials showing you exactly how to do it. That will all be in the description down below. We'll click continue and then we'll fill this out. Okay, so I've created my account and this is what my dashboard is going to look like. The first thing that you're going to want to do is actually connect your store. So we'll click on this button right here. It's going to have us select our e-commerce platform and it's going to give you the directions to do it. This will be different for every single platform. But for example, with WooCommerce and WordPress, you can either download the plugin directly here, or you can actually just come here to plugins, click add new plugin, and then search up Omnisend. So as you can see, there seem to be two of them here. Now this one right here is great if you don't have an e-commerce store, but if you are selling products with WooCommerce, then you're going to select this one. After that, we're going to come here to the Omnisend for WooCommerce plugin, click connect your account, and we're going to click approve. So yeah, whatever platform you're using, you're just going to connect the two things. So now I'm back in my Omnisend dashboard. This is where we're going to create everything. And you can see up here, we have campaigns. So this is where we can create different email, SMS, and push campaigns. We also have automation right here. This is one of the best parts about Omnisend. So they have all these professionally created workflows and automations that you can select from. We also have forms right here. So you can create a really great looking forms to collect emails and numbers. Here's where you're going to see your audience. So your contact list pretty much. We can look at our different segments right here, customer breakdown. We can also import different customers into Omnisend. And then here we have reports. So you can see all the analytics for your different campaigns, your workflows, your forms. You can also look at your deliverability insights. So your sender health, your sender domains performance, and same thing with SMS. So now the first thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is actually create a really good looking form. Because of course, with email marketing, you need emails to actually send emails to, or you need numbers to send SMS to. And to do that, you need to actually collect them. So we're going to come here to forms right here. This is the exact form that 70% of their clients use in order to capture new subscribers. So essentially, this is what the pop-up looks like as of right now. We can do a ton to customize it to our liking. You can also change your brand assets so that all the colors and fonts import over here. But over here on the left, we have different items. So these are things we can actually collect or actually put onto this form. So for example, right now it looks like we're just collecting their email, but if you want to collect their phone number as well, what we can do is click here and drag this right here. We can of course change the order as we like, but I'm going to put phone number right here just to show you. Now, personally, you don't want to ask for too much information on a pop-up. So to actually build this, I'm going to delete the phone number section, and we'll do that just by clicking this trash can icon right here. If I want to edit any of the text, you can easily do that by just clicking on this. If you guys have built a website before with any drag or drop editor, it's pretty much going to be the exact same as this. So we can change the font, we can change the text style, we can change the layout, the color, but I'm just going to leave this as is for now. And for every input, there's going to be a bunch of different things here on the right. So we can change the placeholder text here. We can add a label if we want, but I don't think you need that. This is a field that's required, which does make sense, but of course we can uncheck that. Pretty much anything here can be changed. I'm not going to go through every single small detail because this video would be like 5 hours long, but it's very easy to learn and you guys can definitely figure it out. For this button right here, if we click on this, there are tons of different things we can edit with this. We can select the button action. We can change the text on it, change the button style. But guys, these are already tested by Omnisend. This is what works. So unless you have a ton of experience with emails and design and all this stuff, I personally would not recommend changing it too much. Remember, they have tons of clients. They send out millions and millions of emails. So they have the data on what actually works. But if you do want to add any of these other items over here, you're definitely free to do so. For example, I'm just going to show you really quickly. This is pretty cool right here. Wheel of Fortune. If you want to do this, you can do it. They also have a countdown timer that we can drop in here, change the timing, all that stuff. But I'm going to delete that. We can also change the layout with different numbers of columns. So this is step 1 right here. If you click on step 2, it's going to show us the next one. So this is pretty smart. You don't have the email and phone on the same form. You first enter the email, then you click 10% off. Then it takes you to this one where it asks for your phone number, and then click and submit. That's when it results in success, subscribed. And that's an easy way to actually collect 2 pieces of information from your potential clients. So I'll click enable form. And as you can see, it said we found one issue here. There's no link to your privacy policy. So we'll click on fix issue and you're going to put a link right here. Now we'll click enable form and it should be good to go. So that's really quickly how you can build a form. If I actually come back here and click on create form, you can see there are tons of different templates that you can choose from. So that was like the most basic one that most people use. But of course they have way more complicated ones as well. These are all professionally built. They look really good out the gate. So what I recommend doing is just scroll through these. If there's anything that resonates with you and your brand, then feel free to click on it. So for example, let's say I like this one. We'll click use template, and same thing. We can edit this as we like. We can change the sort of workflow right here and then click enable form. You can also select by the different goals that you have, the theme, the type of form. So they have pop-ups, embedded forms, landing pages, even flyouts, as well as different form settings. But yeah, let's go back. And the next thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is actually create an email campaign. So we'll come here to campaigns, and I'm going to show you how to first create an email campaign. So we'll click on this button right here. And what's going to do is have you enter in your email settings. So the first is going to be subject line. So we can do something like this. And if you want AI to actually help you generate a subject line, you can click on this button. It's going to take what we wrote here and give us a few different variations. So let's say we want to use this one. Let's go click apply. You're going to enter in your sender's name. So I'll just put in the business's name. We can have a pre-header here as well. And before I forget, you can actually really easily add emojis here. So that's pretty cool. Do something like that. We'll enter in a campaign name, and this is just for internal use for us to see. Language is going to be English for now. And then we're going to choose email template. So again, Omnisend has so many great templates, you guys. You do not need a professional graphic designer to create all this stuff. They have all these templates that are already made. And of course, we can sort by different goals that we have or different themes. Let's say we want to announce a sale. Let's do something like this one. Let's click use template. And now what we can do is edit this just like before. So we can add a logo here. We can change this image here quickly by clicking edit image. We can change up all the text right here. Let's say, for example, for an e-commerce store, we can select which products we want to showcase here. If we come here to quick add to the items that we can add to this email, product recommender is actually a really cool one. So if we drag that here, it can actually recommend different products based on that customer. But yeah, just for now, I'm going to delete this. And yeah, it's all professionally designed already. So all you pretty much have to do is change out the colors, change out the text. I always recommend to send a test email before actually sending it out to your audience. So you can easily do that right here. But after that, we'll click save and choose recipients. You can select all subscribers, which I actually rarely recommend. Instead, you should probably choose different segments, which I'll show you how to create later on. But of course, since this is a blank account, I'm just going to select all subscribers. We'll click preview campaign, and then you can either send now or schedule for later. And then you're going to click send now. For every single campaign that you do, it's going to be saved here. If there's a campaign that did really well, you can come here to these 3 dots, click on copy, and we can basically remake the same email if it worked well. And of course, if we come here to create campaign again, we can absolutely create other types of campaigns. So it doesn't work only for emails. We can also create an email A/B test. We can do SMS, and we can do push campaigns. Now, if you have any experience with emails, you probably understand the importance of A/B tests. I highly recommend doing this because sometimes you never know, some little small tweaks might have a huge impact on the either deliverability, open rate, or even click-through rate of your emails. So I recommend doing multiple versions of your email. Omnisend is going to help generate that A/B test, randomly select people to send each email to, and it's going to give you a very detailed analytical report showing you which email performed better. So you can absolutely absolutely do that right here. You can also do an SMS campaign as well, because yeah, SMS actually works extremely well. So if you do have the fortune of having a bunch of phone numbers, then I definitely recommend taking advantage of Omnisend's SMS campaign functionality. Just to show you guys quickly what that looks like, we'll click on create SMS. It's gonna have you input the campaign name, the sender's name, the message text. We can also add an image. If we click next step, it's pretty much gonna be the exact same as before. We can select what audience we want to send this to. Of course, I recommend segmenting. So extremely powerful email and SMS and push campaign creator. Again, we also have the A/B test campaign. And that's basically going to allow you to add version A, version B, and so on. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to take advantage of Omnisend's automation workflows. So if you come up here to automation, you'll see that they are really big on abandoned cart, and there is a reason for this. 70% of shoppers actually abandon their cart and never come back. And so if you think about it, this is a huge group of people that could be potential customers. And I know for a fact that abandoned cart emails have gotten me tons and tons of times. As you can see here, they say 4 out of 10 shoppers who click back to your store will complete their orders, and those would have otherwise been lost. So that is a huge boost to your revenue. So let's click on preview and start workflow, and we'll click continue setup. It's going to ask if you want to add an SMS to this as well. This is quite effective. So we'll click yes, add SMS channel, and we're going to click start workflows. And as you can see, Omnisend has already automated all this. There's nothing that you actually really need to do. So if we click on show my workflows, we can check out these 2 different workflows that were created. So if we click on this one, abandoned cart, you can see that customers enter this workflow when they add an item to their cart. And the only way to get out of this workflow is if they actually place an order or they start their checkout. So it's sort of like programming, which I think is pretty cool, except it's no code. You don't need any experience, and it's very easy to change. So if you sort of follow along this workflow here, you can see this is the first thing that is sent. And as you can see, the trigger filter here is a thing was added to their cart, but wasn't updated for 1 hour. We can of course change this if we want. We can have it be maybe 2 hours if we want, and we can click update. But again, I don't recommend changing this too much since they have all this already, built out. So this is the email that is sent. The subject line says items in your cart are selling out. Of course, we can change any of this as we want. This is what it looks like. So if you want to actually edit this, we'll click on edit content. And from here on, we can use this builder to customize this email. So now we're back in our abandoned cart workflow. After they get this email, it says we'll wait for 11 hours. Of course, we can change this too. Then the next email that goes out is this one. So we can absolutely edit this content as well. It's going to wait 12 hours, then send a third email. And yeah, the great thing is that we can actually edit this workflow. So let's say we want to add another email that goes out. Let's create a delay. So we're going to put that here. Let's wait a little bit longer this time. Let's do 2 days. And then after that, let's say, for example, an SMS. We can also do A/B testing here as well. So for example, let's say we add that right here. We can split participants 50-50 and have A and B. And let's say 50% do an email and 50% get another SMS. So obviously I'm not going to do that because that's not going to be that good. So once you've programmed this to your liking, what you're going to do is click on publish changes, and voila, that is our saved workflow. If we also come here to create workflow, you can see that Omnisend has tons and tons of pre-built automation workflows to choose from. You can also create from scratch if you'd like, but one of the benefits of using Omnisend is that they have all these pre-built templates for you. So I don't recommend just creating from scratch unless you really need something super custom. What I would do is come here and actually select by type or goal. So let's say we want to create a welcome sequence. This is also really important. These are some of the pre-built ones. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. It's 3 different emails being sent out. It does result in a high order rate, which is great. So we'll click on customize workflow right here. We'll see we're in the same sort of builder here that we can, customize. And as far as this pre-built workflow, it's entered when they subscribe to marketing. So using that form that we created, and then it's exited when they actually place an order. We can change all of these things over here, the exit conditions, the audience filters. We can change the frequency as well, but you can see that there is a flow action of waiting 1 minute. So we can change that if we want. The first email is going to be this one. What works extremely well is giving some type of discount to your audience. You may want to play around with doing a percent-based discount or a dollar amount discount. You can also create custom discount codes, which are unique for every single person. That's a really great feature that I do recommend trying to use. Again, we can edit this email as needed. Next, we have wait 1 day. Then there's another email that goes out. So this one says there's 10% off discount waiting for you. I recommend just editing these a little little bit to make it more custom and personable. Then it's going to wait 4 days. And then the last email in this welcome sequence is going to say, don't miss out on your 10% off. And it's going to, give that code again. So now that that is activated, whenever someone actually gives us their email, they're going to be automatically subscribed to this welcome sequence. Now, I actually recommend doing a sequence that has at least 5 to 10 different welcome emails. I know it seems like a lot and it seems a little bit spammy, but trust me, it is so effective. But yeah, I just recommend looking through these pre-built workflow templates, guys. There are so many, and once you look through these, it's really going to get your mind racing on different things that you can create. Because trust me, probably you have a lot of automations that you can create for your business that you don't yet have set up, and it's pretty much guaranteed to bring in way more revenue for your business. Even browsing this right now, my brain is like, oh my God, I need to do that. I need to do this. There is some literal gold here. So now let's talk a little bit more about segmentation. So as you can see, of course, I only have one email within my contact list right now. But if we come here to segments, what we're going to do is click on create segment. And as you can see, Omnisend has a ton of pre-built segments for you as well. Here are some of their most popular segments. So a great way to brainstorm. You as the business owner should really be, looking through this, trying to problem solve different ways in which you can actually segment your audience, different ways in which you can target. Because trust me, you can get pretty creative with this. For example, one of their most popular segments is someone that's added a product to their cart, but didn't actually place an order. So right, that's sort of going to be like the abandoned cart email campaign, but we can create this as a segment and then create additional campaigns that go out only to these people. Because if you think about someone that's, added a product to the cart, but hasn't checked out, that person has a lot of intent. They almost made the purchase. And so you can give them just a little bit more value or a little bit more of a discount or something that can sort of push them over the edge and get them to actually buy. We can also segment by active email subscribers. So these are people who have opened at least one email in the last 30 days. There's window shoppers. There's people that started checkout. There's people celebrating a birthday. There's deal hunters. We can also send to inactive contacts. So these are people that have not been engaging with your emails. There's geographical segments that are popular, frequent store visitors. And yeah, you sort of get the point. Being able to really target these specific groups has such a massive difference on the effectiveness of your emails and campaigns. And so you definitely don't want to miss this section. And so let's say we want to target active email subscribers. So we'll click segment right here. We can customize what's actually labeled as an active email subscriber. So, open at least one time in the last X days. Channel is email. Let's change this to maybe 45 days and we'll click update segment. Now, whenever we create a campaign or automation, we can specifically target people that have been active in opening our emails. For example, it can be something like, hey, thanks so much for reading our emails. We appreciate you a lot. Here is a custom code for 25% off our store. But yeah, you just want to get really creative with this. You want to get very analytical and you want to have a ton of segments within your list. Now, I talk a little bit more about reports, but I don't have any data here. Now, of course, I haven't sent out any emails within this account. And with that information, it's going to help you make more informed decisions and choose what to focus on or what to sort of not focus on. And so this is a very important part about Omnisend. They have these really great reports, and frequently checking these analytics is going to be extremely helpful in figuring out how to optimize your email marketing strategy. Now, I do want to quickly talk about pricing real quick for Omnisend. Of course, we've been using the free plan, but as you can see, there are some limitations, which of course makes sense. And it really comes down to the size of your email list. So if you have 250 contacts or less, you can use the free plan. This allows you to send up to 500 emails per month. You can do 500 web push notifications per month, 50 published reviews if you're using Shopify, and you get $1 in free SMS to try. Then they have the standard and pro plans. So the pricing for these paid plans is going to depend on how many contacts you have. So for example, if you have, let's say 500 contacts, it's going to be $16 per month. That gets you 6,000 emails per month, or $59 for the pro plan, which gets you up to 2,500 contacts. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to first choose your list size. So for example, if you already have an email list with, let's say 1,200 subscribers, we'll select this one and you can see the pricing is $25 for the standard plan, and then the same $59 per month for the pro plan. Again, if you're just starting out, just start with the free plan for now and then work your way up to one of those paid plans. That really is the beauty beauty of using Omnisend. So for the next few minutes, I want to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that people are making with their email marketing. And trust me, these mistakes can actually cost you so much money. So the first is going to be having a form that's not optimized. Really a high converting lead form that is like the foundation to email marketing. I showed you in this video earlier, that was a very high converting form. So yeah, just recommend using one of those pre-built forms within Omnisend. One of the great things you can do is actually give some type of value to your audience, whether it be prompting discounts, letting them know when there are new drops. That can really entice them to actually give up their email or phone number. Also, pop-ups can be a little bit intrusive, so you don't want that pop-up to show up right away. What I recommend doing is set some type of delay, or maybe set some type of exit intent, where if they go to exit out of the page, that is when the pop-up shows up. So the next mistake that you're probably making is just not sending out enough emails. I think a lot of people, they think email is super boring, that it's not that effective, it's not sexy, but the truth is it's been here for so long for a reason. And you'll find that if you actually send more emails, you're going to make more money. The math just sort of maths. So I really encourage you, just take advantage of all these tools, create tons of different campaigns, different segments, different, workflows, and actually have these things running all the time. You want to be sending out a lot of emails. Another mistake that people do is they have too many objectives within one single email. If your email is not clear, if there's not just one sole objective, then it's going to be confusing and no one's going to actually take action. Have your emails focused, have one key objective, and yeah, that really is the beauty of simple emails. Another huge mistake is just not having enough segmentation. You need to have segments. Go through the pre-built segments within Omnisend and start using a large number of those. Another big mistake is that people create emails that are not mobile optimized. So a lot of people, they are going to open up your emails using their phone. In fact, depending on what type of business you have, a majority might be, actually accessing your emails using their phone. So you want to make sure they look really good on a small screen. To do this, just use one of the pre-built templates within Omnisend. Those are already professionally designed and optimized for mobile. And then lastly, don't get overwhelmed. I know email can be pretty overwhelming. It can seem pretty complex. There is a reason why a lot of people neglect using emails for their business. They think they need to hire a whole email team. They don't know what works, but the great thing is that platforms like Omnisend do exist. And it's essentially like having an email team that is always working for you. So even if it is overwhelming, just watch this tutorial, go through the platform, look through all the different tools and workflows and emails you can send, slowly learn it and just start doing it. Taking action is that important. And yeah, you'll learn along the way. You'll probably make some mistakes, but the most important thing is that you actually just take action, start sending emails, and yeah, just trust me, that's how you do it. Anyways, I really hope you guys got some value from this video. Again, I'll have more resources down below. For example, a bunch of tutorials showing you how to build your website or store. And then of course, I do have that link to Omnisend. If you do use that link, you will be helping to support this channel. It's going to allow me to create, more free videos just like this. And yeah, guys, try it out, take advantage of that free plan. And I'm almost 100% sure you're going to fall in love with this platform. If you got any value from this video, make sure to give it a like and then also subscribe for more content just like this. I make a ton of videos about business and entrepreneurship, investing, and personal finance. And my whole goal is to help you live a financially successful life. Again, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.